Bush is almost completely over to the scores table on the hardwood. And again, he's whistled for the stall warning, which was his second. That results in the point for Zack Ryder and a 2-1 victory.
And it sort of speaks to why that first warning happened in the first place. So, again, I don't belabor the point, but if you're working to generate and score offense, the chances of being called for stalling are a lot less. But I don't know that either guy was super high end generating offense in any of that match.
6 consecutive wins for Oklahoma State and a 22-3 lead. 2 of those victories came with bonus points. And the Cowboys have come out on the road today to West Virginia and looked every bit the number 5 team in the country as they're up 22-5. Let's go over to Jared, who's with Zack Ryder.
Zack, congratulations on that win. Obviously, the controversy, you got the crowd going wild, you know, you got the other coaches going wild. What's your corner telling you about how to keep your composure for the rest of that match?
Yeah, they're just telling me to stay present, because I'm like, was that not 3? And then they're like, stay present, it doesn't matter, it's in the past. I'm like, was that not 1 at least, like a soft call? They're like, doesn't matter, that's gone, stay present. They're like, be prepared to be 1-1 instead of 2-1. So they were just keeping me present. If the call didn't go my way, then so what, go get the next takedown.
Zack, congratulations. Good luck the rest of this year.
Thank you.
Well, the first call didn't go his way, but the second one did, as he got the stall point, which ultimately decided the match.
Well, look, what he just talked about, in the sense, that's how you want your mindset to be, period. Not just in wrestling, in any sport, well, life. I mean, what happened, and you have to adjust to it, whatever it is, and you got to move forward from there. You know, we get caught up in talking about terms like momentum and things along those lines. That doesn't really exist. That's a sort of a figment in our mind. What happened the last time, what happened a minute ago, what happened a second ago, does not determine or dictate what happens in the next couple of seconds. That's a mind thing that we trick ourselves into thinking, trying to predict stuff. It doesn't matter. Just get ready to do the next thing. And the better you train that, on the mat, the better you train that in competition, the better you train that in your life, the better chance you have to put yourself in a position to be successful regardless of what you're doing.
Neutral start here. 2 minutes deep into this 197-pound matchup. Rune Lawrence of West Virginia against Cody Merrill. Again, 2 ranked wrestlers. And we've got another whistle.
This is for attacking the head. Now, we just talked about that. It doesn't matter, right? I gotta be paying attention to what I'm doing here. So he's using his hand to sort of judge distance, more or less, right? And it's a little bit of a stop in terms of something else that I got to go through in order to get to you. And I think the initial reason why they got real big on that was in relation to concussions. But that's not.
Yeah.
That's a tap. If you're getting a concussion from that, then your brain is in some serious trouble.
Final few seconds here in period number 1. As we are scoreless between Lawrence and Merrill. Cody Merrill, redshirt freshman, 6-1 on the year, native of Gilroy, California. And he was coached by former Cowboy legend Daniel Cormier out there in California.
Yeah, wonder whatever happened to him.
There's an escape, first point of the match.
1 point, Oklahoma State.
Merrill again redshirted last year, won 12 times, 3 wins over ranked opponents. Lawrence comes in number 21. Actually number 22, Merrill number 7.
And I think Lawrence, too, has gotten better as the year. In the front end of the year, he struggled a little bit with a little bit of the adjustment from high school to college and the strength and power, especially at this weight class, right? You're wrestling against guys that are pretty together. And so it's been an adjustment that he's been making, and I think he's been doing a lot better at managing the weight element of it, the power ratio that goes with it. And he's been wrestling far better over the last couple of weeks than the front end of the season where he started.
Oklahoma State in control of this one. Ty Waters, WVU's #1 ranked wrestler at 157. One of 4 Mountaineer wrestlers out of the lineup today. And Oklahoma State has certainly taken advantage of that. They've got a couple of matches where they've earned bonus points, and they're up 22-3 here at 197. And we've still got 2 more. We started at 133. So the heavyweights, and then we'll finish it off with Strickenberger and Spratley at 125.
Lawrence took that shot, but left his arm up there, almost got whipped over, which is not good. Well, not good if you're a West Virginia fan.
And still, even for him to be able to escape that, circle out of that position, it's just all of these matches today have been so even that every little situation like that is just going nowhere. There, you know, you gotta, like you said, put multiple moves together to score any points in this duel.
You know, and that's the prep for the rest of the season, and especially going into the national tournament. It's not a one move and score. It's like you've got to be prepared to a bit of a chain. It might take you 20, 30 seconds to score some points when you're wrestling against high caliber guys who can defend and move, right? They're agile. The people are quick and strong, and they have some ability to move. So they're not staying stationary in one place like a tree.
Lawrence trying to get up and get out, get this one tied.
Sort of trying to play the game a little bit about staying close to the mat so that he puts his knee down and catches locked hands. Wow, that was... Are we gonna... It's a lot of time on the boundary right there.
Looked like for a split second they were completely out of bounds. Didn't draw the whistle. We continue on. There is the whistle with 1:15 left.
You know, I get sucked into that too every once in a while, because it's not really whether your feet or stuff are out of bounds. It's being over the cone or the cylinder of the edge, which goes straight to this. So I could be out of bounds, but my head is still in bounds, and we're still in bounds technically, right? Now, the official can call that out of bounds if he wants to, but especially in a thing that's like a nothing going on situation and restart it.
Merrill controlling this from the top.
Ooh, that might have hurt a little bit. That was a foot on the floor.
Merrill just doing a nice job. Rune's getting up to his base, getting that body up, but Merrill just riding that claw and that inside that thigh pry right there. That really blocks off everything. And even right there, whenever you see it, that arm's able to switch from that thigh pry right into that tight waist. Really keep Merrill in the top position there, even whenever you got a 197-pound guy on the bottom rolling through, going out of bounds. It's tough to stay on top of.
Merrill now has built the ride time up over a minute, which is crucial because obviously Lawrence gets out, we're tied. And Merrill has that ride time point. And there's a caution against Merrill.
Yeah, warning for stalling on top for riding, basically, right? Just where you're riding, so you're not really demonstrating any chance of trying to turn him at all.
And, you know, Merrill and the Oklahoma State coaches are happy with that because there's 36 seconds left. So it's, you know, there wasn't really any time there where it was close to a turn or scoring any points. It's just that thigh pry and either the short claw or the long claw. There's a one-on-one.
And looks like he's going to ride him out. Does a nice job of being on top. You know, riding, I mean, he really doesn't let Lawrence to his feet a whole lot. He does still there. Now, the only problem that he would have is if he gives up a reversal or with 7 seconds left, not likely. There's going to be another warning for stalling on point. So look, if you're Lawrence, you got 6 seconds left.
Right.
You got 6 seconds to get out and tie the match and go into overtime, go into sudden victory. if you're Merrill, you got 6 seconds left to hold him down. Your likelihood of getting called for stalling again in 6 seconds is not real high. Unless you screw up and lock your hands or something.
There's the restart. Lawrence trying to get up. They roll through. 2 seconds, 1 second, and it'll end. So the ride time point decides this one. Merrill defeats Rune Lawrence 2-1. Incredibly tight matches back to back. But Oklahoma State comes out in front. Ryder over Bush, Merrill over Lawrence, and the Cowboys lead 25-3.